Ms. Kuster, you're recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you to the panel for being with us today. I share the bipartisan angst, and this is really challenging for all of us. I was just looking at our side of the aisle here. 7 out of 9 of us are new within the last term. So this is something that we have to take on, the accountability that my colleague, Mr. Walz, has directed. And I want to say, with all due respect to my colleague from Colorado, I'm speaking on behalf of constituents and veterans across the entire country, and certainly taxpayers across the entire country. So I think, you know, obviously we want to serve our Western colleagues and constituents and veterans. But the trouble that I have is that taking this funding out of other construction, most facilities are over 50 years old. I know certainly the facilities in my area, and we have needs as well. One of the questions that I have, and this is to learn going forward, how did we end up with a design that has an atrium, a lobby that's 4 football fields long? I think the quote in here is perhaps the longest in the world for a healthcare facility, costing $100 million. Who is accountable for that decision? And, you know, I have a new role as ranking member on the Oversight and Investigation Committee, and I guess I'd like to say we do need, I don't want every change order, but I want to know when somebody's putting together a $100 million lobby. It's not that our veterans don't deserve the best, but let's focus the best on health care. And, you know, let's not be going for architectural awards. So can you talk to me about that process?
I would be glad to. First of all, Bob McDonald and I both had the same reaction following our first visits to, Bob hasn't seen Denver yet, but he has been to Orlando. And his reaction there was the same as my reaction in Orlando and Denver.
I don't want to interrupt you, but can you tell me when Orlando is going to open? Because we just heard from Representative Brown about her 25-year experience with this. And, you know, it'd be great for her to be able to go to a ribbon cutting to serve her veterans.
We've actually made, working very closely with Brasfield and Gorey, made great progress. They've turned over virtually all buildings. We're actually already beginning to see some number of patients. And we're looking, I think, at a couple of different dates for ribbon cutting. Do we have a date?
I think if you could lock that, and that you'd go a long way with pleasing this committee.
We need to give you a date
Thank
soon.
you. Yeah, and one that she can rely on.
I was down in Orlando visiting the project and meeting with the general contractor down there 3 weeks ago. Is that about right? With Stella. And we're really the other issue that we've been working in Denver is resolving some of the contractor disputes there, and we've been working those amicably.
Well, let me ask you, would it be helpful if our members of our committee, and I guess I would ask the chair for this as well, if we were to visit these sites, maybe this oversight committee, we could come on a more regular basis and sit down with you so that we won't end up with $100 million atriums?
Well, let me go back to that question. First of all, I think it's wonderful to visit. We've actually are hosting a Senate Veterans Affairs Committee field hearing at the Denver site a week from Friday.
And I think it'd be great to get our committee out there.
And I have strongly encouraged that because I think having an opportunity to see the project is very important. Back to my comments earlier about the form of contract that we used, integrated design and construct. The whole idea is you bring the builder in at the very beginning so that they were involved in the design effort. And it's that kind of constructability engagement very early on that helps you avoid what I'm going to term extravagant features in facility design. The other thing, even where you don't use IDC, because we're not using that anymore, and so
yeah, I think
where
that
you don't use that,
open pocketbook approach is
imposing the constructability review by an independent construction agent at the 35% design stage and at additional stages along the way helps mitigate that risk. Lastly, I would tell you, I look at these things on the front end. I've already looked at conceptual drawings for Louisville, and the first thing that jumps off the page is functional design.
Good. Well, thank you very much. My time is up, but I do want to, we'll get to it in the next round, just say that I also don't want to take this out of the hides of hardworking folks in the Veterans Administration all across this country. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Dr. Rowe?
Thank you. Well, today is a